Welcome to Catalan News. Where is President Carles Puigdemont? Several media reports put him in Brussels, Belgium, where this weekend the Migration Secretary of State hinted that he could apply for political asylum. Today, the Spanish general prosecutor filed charges against him and his full cabinet for rebellion, sedition, and misuse of public funds. The members of the Parliament Bureau that allowed the vote on independence have also been charged. Rebellion carries prison sentences of up to 30 years, and two pro-independence leaders are already in prison without bail. Here at Catalan News, we'll do our best to get you the latest on this. Catalan Parliament declared independence last Friday, and immediately afterward, the Spanish government took control of self-government. Many doubts arose over how Catalan leaders would react to the intervention. For example, if they would turn up for work or not. Today, the first working day since the declaration of the Republic, only some of the ministers were seen turning up at work, including Vice President Oriol Junqueras. In fact, they only stayed in their offices for less than an hour, as they are officially sacked. Meanwhile, Carles Puigdemont, the president, was rumored to be in Brussels.
The whereabouts of Catalan President Carles Puigdemont was a hot topic in Catalonia today. Some media reports claim that he and some of his ministers are in Brussels. They might be there to meet Flemish officials, although no one is ruling out the possibility they might be asking for asylum. The Belgian migration minister said it wouldn't be unrealistic to grant them protection. While they continue to refuse to recognise the dismissals from Madrid, the secrecy over the plans of Puigdemont's cabinet is extreme. Monday was a day of great expectation. It was the first working day after the enforcement of Madrid's takeover of Catalan self-rule. All eyes were on the Catalan executive offices to see if officials would turn up in defiance of Rajoy's measures. In the end, some ministers went to their offices. For instance, the Vice President and the Territory Minister, who uploaded a picture on Twitter and a message saying that he was exercising the responsibilities entrusted in him by the people. The Economy Secretary also turned up this morning.
Estem sota una intervenció que ha fet el govern de l'Estat, però seguim treballant.
Others accepted Madrid's ruling and even sent farewell letters to their employees, such as the Catalan representative before the EU in Brussels. Madrid has removed around 150 officials overall and has instructed the Catalan police to accompany dismissed Catalan ministers to collect belongings and report if they refuse to leave their posts. It has also dissolved the parliament so as to call a snap election. The president of the chamber has accepted the new situation and has called off a meeting of the bureau set for tomorrow. Meanwhile, the pro-Spanish unity parties are asking Puigdemont's executive to admit that they have lost their posts.
Tots hauríem d'intentar acceptar la realitat. Hi ha gent que li costa una mica més, però, desgraciadament, els consellers han estat cessats, com ho ha estat el vicepresident i el president.
Last Saturday, Puigdemont made an official statement even though he had already been removed from office. Some media reports suggest he might make another speech tomorrow.
While some of the dismissed ministers decided not to turn up to work today in Barcelona, in Girona, Puigdemont's local town, a group of people tried to protect the government building. Holding hands, they surrounded their own workplace and chanted in favor of Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont and his government. The workers also protested against the imprisonment of two Catalan pro-independence campaigners and urged their immediate release. For years, Catalan politicians have accused the Spanish government of avoiding the independence issue by turning to the courts, trying to solve a political problem through judiciary and policing means, as opposed to dialogue and negotiation. About 15 days ago, a judge sent to prison without bail two pro-independence leaders for their role in a demonstration, and many suggest that Puigdemont and his ministers could face the same fate, especially since the name of the lawsuit filed today was, by mistake, the harder the fall.
Rebellion, sedition, misuse of public funds. These are some of the main charges officially lodged towards Catalan President Carles Puigdemont, President of Parliament Carme Forcadell, and 18 members of the Catalan Government and Parliament Bureau. Announced by the Spanish Attorney General, José Maza, the crime of rebellion carries a possible prison sentence of up to 30 years. Each of the accused is required to pay bail of 6 million awaiting trial. 6 of those are members of the Catalan Parliament Bureau for their role in allowing the vote on declaration of independence to take place. They are to be tried in the Supreme Court. The 13 ministers from the Catalan government and the Catalan president, however, will see their case argued in the Spanish National Court. This is because the Spanish government no longer considers them active members of government. Ivan Santi-Vila, former Minister of Business, is among the accused, despite stepping down on the eve of the Declaration of Independence, because the Spanish prosecutor considers the crimes go back years.
A lo largo de estos 2 últimos años han producido una crisis institucional que culminó con la declaración unilateral de independencia realizada con total desprecio a nuestra Constitución el pasado 27 de octubre.
Spanish criminal law applies rebellion to those that violently interfere with the Constitution. Maza says actual violence is not necessary to fit the bill, something that the person himself who wrote the rebellion crime has dismissed as false.
This is not a rebellion crime, in my opinion. To deter a person guilty crime of rebellion should be necessary to demonstrate the existence of violence.
Rebellion was included in the criminal code in 1995 at a time when the Basque terrorist organization ETA was still active and advocating for independence through violence. The final wording of the article was precisely chosen to criminalize the means and not the political goal.
The Spanish government decided to call a snap election in Catalonia for December 21st, shortly after Catalan parliament declared independence. And the big question immediately was, how would Catalan parties supporting the Republic respond to this electoral contest? Would they try to boycott it? Would they take part in it, even if it is called from Madrid, a capital that they no longer recognize? Over the weekend, Vice President Oriol Junqueras already hinted that some of the strategies they would employ from now on might surprise citizens. But he insisted that the government is committed to building an independent Catalan republic.
How to react to Mariano Rajoy's calling of elections for December 21st. This is the main dilemma now facing pro-independence parties. While some voices claim they shouldn't take part because a new republic outside of Spanish rule has already been declared, most prefer to be involved. The Catalan President's Party, PDeCAT, and the other main member of the Catalan government, Esquerra, say they will find a way to take part in the vote, but it is still not clear how.
Buscarem des del Partit Demòcrata la millor fórmula perquè el sobiranisme i, per tant, els partits sobiranistes traguem una majoria absoluta que ens permeti dir-li a l'Estat que aquest plebiscit que ha convocat sobre el 155 nosaltres no l'acceptem.
El 21 de desembre trobarem la manera de participar-hi, ja sigui presentant-nos-hi o no, però el 21 de desembre nosaltres hi serem presents, trobarem la manera de ser-hi. Jo crec que en la fase en la que estem, la unitat republicana és absolutament imprescindible. Per tant, el què fem i el com ho fem ho decidirem a partir del diàleg.
Both parties stood in the 2015 Catalan election together. They fell short of getting a majority and needed support from the far-left pro-independence CUP to control parliament. This time, CUP isn't ruling out any scenario ahead of the election.
O sigui, la base que presentem és no reconèixer aquestes eleccions com a legítimes, tenir en compte el context repressiu que hi ha al darrere d'aquestes eleccions i en cap cas reconèixer-les com a normalitat democràtica, com si fossin unes eleccions més.
What is clear is that if there's a pro-independence coalition, the party of Barcelona Mayor Ada Colau will not join it. Catalunya en Comú has announced it will take part in the vote, but on its own. The leader of the party in the Spanish Congress, Xavier Domènech, is likely to be the candidate. The leader of Podemos in Catalonia was considering signing up to the pro-independence strategy. Podemos HQ in Madrid, though, have discredited him and are pushing for a coalition with Catalunya en Comú. The deadline to present coalitions ends on November 7th, but before that, long discussions in the pro-independence camp seeking a unified strategy ahead of the vote are guaranteed.
Let's change topic now and let's move on to business. Today, we've learned that the port of Tarragona in the south of the country is registering record numbers. 25.16 million tons of shipping traffic passed through the port of Tarragona from January to September this year. This is an increase of 14.2% more than the same period in 2016. According to the Port Authority, the 3.43 million tons moved in September, 36.4% more than last year, makes it the best September in the port's recorded history. It was 30 years ago that one of the most famous Catalan music groups was born. It was supposed to be a friendly party for a group of colleagues, but more than 200 people turned up, and the party became the first concert of the Sau group. The leading singer, Carles Puigdemont, died suddenly after a concert in the 90s, and fans were left devastated. Now his partner in the group, Pep Sala, is launching an unreleased record with some songs from a tour back in 1995. He said the work will fascinate fans, as it has been worked on as a historical document and not a commercial record. To launch it, Sala will organize a concert in the same secret spot where the band played for the first time back in 1987. And with this, we finish today's show. We leave you with some images from one of the last Human Tower festivals of the season, which was celebrated this weekend in Girona, in the north of Catalonia. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.